Only one kid in history had ever attempted what Benny was about to. And he got eaten. So we were worried. Real worried. Even when Benny brought out the secret weapon. Shoes guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher. PF Flyers.
We can't let him do this, man.
All right, guys, it's that midweek grind. That's right. It's hump day. And that means we are back with another episode.
Yep.
How you feeling? How's the week been?
Slow. Not fun. It's never fun.
The days are just running together in this quarantine,
Yeah.
in this COVID situation. Things were opening back up, but now our mayor of LA, Mr. Garcetti, has go ahead and put a hard pause on everything. And that
4th of July weekend.
4th of July has been canceled.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And on top of that, he put a hard pause on movie theaters. So
Yeah,
we
we were hyped
were
about that.
very, very excited to go back to, watching our favorite or our movies in theaters on the big screen. But that will not be happening for some time. But this also means is that the movie Tenet, the one we've been looking forward to,
Right.
Christopher Nolan's film, is now being pushed back to August 12th. Dang. Yeah, so it's going to be a whole nother month and a half, basically, until we can see that. But I think he wants us to be able to experience it on the big screen. And
No, he needs us to experience it.
for his pockets.
Right. The budget is probably ridiculous. He needs us to experience
Yeah.
it. He can't let us stream
And
it.
the way we're going to be flocking back to those theaters, if we can in August, he's going to, it'll probably triple its
Yeah. I mean,
production
for sure.
budget.
For sure. But if it doesn't, oh, man, it's going to hurt, But
Yeah.
obviously that's why they keep pushing it back, just like they pushed back James Bond. So
They
you
push
know.
back? Oh, okay.
Well, no. I mean, they pushed it back the first time. It was going to be May, and then now it's November.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think
wasn't
they have
aware.
the intent to keep it in November. They're hoping, that they wouldn't have to push it back for another year. But again,
I would hope so
these
by
big budget-
November.
these big, I know, but
Yeah.
there's no telling what we're going to get. We can't predict these things anymore. But these high budget movies is like, they just going to keep pushing it back because they need people to see these things in theaters because, sometimes it's a quarter of the film budget or the company's actual just overall budget. So,
Yeah.
a lot is on the line with these movies. So,
Well, I was hyped, and now I'm like,
yeah,
very
I mean,
disappointed.
Tenet looks like it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So does James Bond. So,
yeah. So now we just gotta, either stream it or
I mean,
I don't know if we're gonna be able to
yeah.
stream it yet.
They don't want us to stream it, so we won't stream it. But, if it came to that, we would. But obviously, it just won't make nearly the amount of money
Nah.
that it will when it's in theater.
No, but it might get to like video on demand or something like that. But they're releasing a lot.
That's crazy
like,
to think too.
Yeah, they're releasing
Some of
a
the
lot.
some
stuff
of the
on it.
best and highest quality movies
Yeah.
going straight to streaming. Because I literally just think of like, Home Alone 3 and movies like that. Sandlot 2 and stuff. Those type of movies just go straight to DVD, straight to VHS. So when you hear like Tenet going straight to stream, you're just like, huh?
It's gonna be crazy.
It didn't even make the theaters.
think-
That type of quality?
And I think that horror film we did, Annabellum, coming out with Janelle Monáe and all that. I think that we did a trailer reaction, guys. If you guys have been watching and following us, I think that's going straight to streaming and video on demand. So
Man,
it's crazy. A lot of these companies are missing out.
they have no choice.
Yeah, they don't. Their hands are tied. People don't want to wear masks, and this thing keeps spreading. So wear your mask so that we can all get back to these theaters. But yeah, that kind of just wraps up the news, the film news that we had. But we did see a movie, and
Yes,
that
we
will
did.
be the bulk of this episode, guys. We saw a movie titled "You Should Have Left." What's funny? Right off the bat, you're laughing.
Because I should have left.
Yeah, we should. We should have left halfway through. So as you guys can already see, we didn't necessarily like this one. We should have left and did something more productive.
I got
With
enough
our time.
homework. I got enough
But
homework.
look, we stuck it out. We watched it. We wanted to review it. We want to be one of the first couple podcasts or reviewers that are doing this because it just came out. I don't have the release date for you. Sorry, didn't do my research on that one. But it just dropped. It's starring Kevin Bacon, Amanda Seyfried, and then their daughter. But anyways, they carry the whole film. Basically, it's about their couple, and they kind of get on this getaway to kind of escape and rekindle things with their relationship. There's underlying issues. We don't necessarily find out what exactly that is until halfway through the movie, but there's obviously like some tension with this couple, so they plan this getaway to Wales in this kind of remote mansion, modern style. I know you kind of like the architecture, but then you said you didn't, so I didn't know.
It got disappointing as the movie got disappointing. Yeah.
Even the architecture is disappointing. That's sad. So anyway, they escape to this mansion, and things take a sinister turn from there. And yeah, it just wasn't good. But initial thoughts going into it, I'll start off. I was very excited. You know, this is up my alley.
It is.
When it comes to films,
unfortunately, it is up your alley.
Yeah, this is something that I would watch. A thriller, a haunted house. I didn't think it was going to be a haunted house. I didn't know what was going to be going on. But yeah, I was very excited to check it out. Saw the trailer. I was in from the jump. Those were my initial thoughts. Just excitement. Blair?
Yeah. I was a little hyped because first of all, I saw it as a YouTube ad. So you know how when you're scrolling on your homepage and the ad pops up at the top. So it was probably only about 8 seconds of it of which I saw. And so the 8 seconds had grabbed me because they were going down like the dark hall or something like that. And the house was lit. And so again, I got the thing for the modern architecture, you know, and design. So when I saw that, I was like, oh snap. Yeah, I'm in there. Like, gotta see it. Kevin Bacon, he's dope. That's going to be a solid movie. Gonna watch it. And then we had discussed it and we was like, yeah, let's do it. So I mean, I was jumped. I was hyped from the jump and was like, let's do it. Let's go. And then yeah.
It just so getting into more of the review and the details of the movie, obviously spoiler alert, this is our deep dive discussion. From the jump, something bothered me about the girl, Amanda Seyfried, the woman, that plays the girlfriend. So I thought it was going to be more of her kind of her secret being more than just cheating, which is what it ended up being, to be her being the reason why there was going to be this like horror going on or this friction or something like that. But when it turned out to be the house, it was interesting, but just the fact that it was like a shape-shifting house that wanted to keep Kevin Bacon locked in there, it just didn't do it for me. Come to find out, Kevin Bacon's character had basically let his wife drown. She passed out in a tub after taking a couple pills, and he could have pulled her out, but he chose to let her drown for whatever reason. They're probably unhappy in their marriage. So basically, he had to pay for his sins by staying locked in that house, and that was literally it.
That's what he thought he had to do. So
dissect that, because I mean, I kind of didn't even really. Is that the case?
Yeah. So my interpretation, my take, everything that I saw. First thing first, since we were talking about Amanda, what bothered me was she almost wasn't even really that important in the film. They gave us backstory on her. Well, no, I mean, not really any backstory. We just kind of saw her being an actress and going about certain things. And one of the things that they did was they always hinted at him having a temper. They always hinted at him being jealous and things like this, but we never actually saw it take place, you know?
Yeah, and was the jealousy even important to show? Like,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Her character was almost useless in this sense because they didn't bring that to fruition. So a lot of times what they do in films is there's a backstory on the main character, and there's a reason why he or she is the way that they are, you know, whether they're struggling with a relationship, whether they have an anger issue, whether they're depressed. And sometimes that story is left off. It doesn't necessarily matter. We're watching them in the present and we're watching them struggle and go through these things, and they don't necessarily tell you that side of it. And then there'll be times that they do tell you that side of it, when you get to the middle and they got to figure out why they're feeling the way they're feeling and why they're being the way that they are, before they eventually solve it and everything comes full circle and things like that. So with that being said, it was like there's this whole thing of him having this anger issue, this whole jealousy thing, and he's using the headphones and he's trying to get his whole mind under control, because it's like he may snap and lose it, and whatever, so the worst can happen.
Was all that meditation for his anger? Because I was like, is he in AA?
But that's my thing. So then, but they never like actually divulged it and like allowed us to figure it out.
Doesn't make sense.
So it was like, well, what's the worst that can happen? Because he technically didn't murder his wife. You see what I'm saying? So it's like if what we found out later on was he murdered his wife and he like stabbed her and then drowned her or something like that, then okay, now that makes sense why he keeps trying to get everything under control. It's like, but there's nothing for him to get under control, because what actually happened was an accident. He was just living with the guilt of it, thinking like, oh, maybe I actually should have done something. But there really wasn't anything that he did wrong. Now, they did mention that he was frustrated with the relationship and maybe he should have walked out much sooner than but he never did. But again, that leads us to Amanda's character. And with Amanda's character, it's just kind of like, what's really the point? All we're really seeing is what the stereotypical relationship can be, in the sense of like, if you have a lot of money and you are pushing 60, women is still no like challenge for you if you have money, in the sense of like, yeah, he can get a girl that is 25, and have her. But I mean, like when you're watching this, you're just kind of like, what is all of this? Why do we even care about this? What is all of this? What we care about is the reason why they came to this house. And of course, in horror, when you come to that house, right, it's always to get away. It's always to run away from your problems. But you can never run away when you go to these homes. You have to face your problem when you actually get here.
And why are we doing this with... let's go to a remote location. No, go to somewhere with
where
service,
you never have reception and stuff,
and helpful people, and the culture. Like,
well, the man was helpful. He gave them a triangle and said measure when.
Yeah, when you gave me a protractor, I'm leaving. This was odd. Like, it's.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it did a whole lot of nothing.
It did.
I don't really know what the writer and director, written and directed by the same guy.
Yep, it was.
I don't know. I just don't know what he was trying to accomplish with the film. He was obviously trying to make a shape-shifting house that acted as that antagonist and that villain. But there's so many other horror movies that have the haunted house and execute it better. I'm thinking like Cabin in the Woods, The Shining.
Well, it felt like The Shining when they walked down the halls. It literally looks like that.
Maybe some nods to The Shining and that. The Haunting in Hill House, which is that new Netflix series, they all execute that haunted house aspect very, very well, more than this movie did. So, I mean, I guess that's what he was going for, but he could have just executed it a little bit better. Because there's other way better movies. I mean, even The Boy, which is what I just reviewed, and The Boy too.
You just reviewed The Boy.
They did that haunted house thing even better. So. It just wasn't really it for me. I wanted to like it, but again, I'm not sure.
Well, the one thing that I did like about the movie was the man that that works at the grocery store. He was a funny character. I like how he does nothing fast. He does everything at his own pace, and he grabs everything one by one. But he actually has knowledge. When the man called him, he had all the information in which he needed. But what I did like also was, so the advice he gave, he basically said, if you figure it out, you get out. And he basically never figured it out, so he didn't get out. But all it is that the the home, the whatever it is, it consistently changes. It just
it shifts. Yeah,
it just shifts. That's all it is. So the next person comes in and they have their own problem and they have to conquer it, and they get in there, and if you don't conquer it, you just become another member down in that basement. You know what I mean? The house, whatever burns up, they build a new one, but you still living down there. And then if you get out, meaning you figured out your problem, you figured out your inner demons and how to conquer it, then you get out. So in my mind, Kevin Bacon never actually conquered his inner demon, or he copped out and saw it as an easy way out, as in like, man, I'm just going to be in here. Because to me, at the end of the day, what makes it, I guess, not as good is in the sense of it's just like, you didn't really do anything wrong. You just allowed yourself to live with it.
Yeah, I mean, he could have pulled his wife out.
He could have pulled her out, but in the sense of like it shouldn't eat. I mean, it should eat at you, but it shouldn't eat at you to the degree of like you literally killed her, you stabbed her, you had this intent.
Yeah.
She took the pills. She got in the tub. She was drinking the wine. Like, I mean, she set herself up for danger.
And I think it is what you said, that he just gave up. And then decided to punish himself by and not punish his daughter and not punish his wife or
and I mean, they never even solved their thing. That's my whole thing, is they like started to introduce all of this and then they don't even really close it up.
Yeah, they break they put the rift in the relationship and then they don't heal it. He just says, "Take my daughter home.
Right.
I have to stay here." And she's like, "Cool." I'm like, "If you don't get in this car, we
yeah,
have
but
to
she
go."
was saying that until he had
And so he's like, "I killed her," and she was like, "Oh, a little scared now."
Yeah, and she was like, "All right, well, I guess I'm going." But in that sense, I did enjoy the part of just the idea of like, you come to this house, you got to figure it out. You don't figure it out, you get stuck here. You figure it out, you get out. That part, they got something there. They working with it. But they didn't necessarily do that for the whole film. And so, it just kind of became okay, mediocre, whatever. It was, I mean, like, I could put it on if I'm hanging out with friends and just like let it run and not pay too much attention to it. I mean, it wasn't an unbearable movie. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It was decently entertaining, but there was I wasn't locked in. Like, I mean,
it was never really scary either.
Yeah, no. I was looking at my phone. I was looking around. I wasn't locked in 100%. So, but it was decently entertaining. But another thing I wanted to bring up was some quick fun facts about this movie. Kevin Bacon was actually replaced. He replaced Nicolas Cage.
Oh, dang. Well, that's good because he's actually a much better actor.
Yeah, but I could see Nicolas Cage in that role.
Oh, well, yeah, that type of film is up his alley.
Yeah, so that was funny. When I read that, I was like, yep, I can see Nick Cage signing on for that, but I wonder why he dropped out. But it's a perfectly, a perfect role for Nick Cage.
Yeah,
sure.
But the movie would have been worse, though.
It'd have been even more corny. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then another thing was that this film was based on a book.
Yeah, I heard the book was really good.
And what I can see this movie being 100% better as a book, because what the book probably did was they probably explained more of the background of the house, gave you more imagery, more descriptions, whereas the film was just quick, let's get through it. The books give you pacing. They describe things in detail. You get the sound, you feel it, everything. So it probably was better as a book. There's very few things that execute the book really well. I mean, Harry Potter, obviously, they did that great. Yeah. Little fires everywhere did that great. Sharp Objects, these are obviously TV shows, but they executed adapting the book really well. But this one just didn't hit it because I don't think they gave us the background. There was no background. Everything was just happening. We're
TV shows always give you more time to do it. So that's really what it is. I mean,
and you can set things up in books too.
Yeah. But the biggest thing is just what are people's deadlines? You know what I mean? Like, because it's like if you
rushed, so they probably had a short one.
So like if you give someone a script and I guess you tell them you got X amount of time, 5 years to get it done, the script better be damn near perfect, and so will the film in that 5-year period. But if you're just like you got 6 months, then things are gonna seem rushed and feel rushed and.
Yeah.
It's
and maybe they were trying to like wrap up because they knew that things were going to get shut down or something.
I mean,
it could have been a number of things, but it was a swing and a miss for sure. Yeah. But let's go ahead and dive into the slate rate. As you know, the slate rate for films is based on originality and entertainment value. I'm gonna go ahead and rate it on originality. It is based on that book. I just dropped like several horror films that accomplished the horror house better. Shining, Cabin in the Woods, Haunting a Hill House. So I'm gonna give it a probably 2 on originality. Entertainment, I was decently entertained, but I wasn't like, it wasn't gripping, it wasn't scary, not riveting, but decently entertained. So 3 on entertainment value. So I got it at 5 out of 10. Also, before you go, IMDb had it at 5.3.
Okay.
And then
Rotten Tomatoes. That's fair.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes had it at 47%.
Okay.
So they roasted it.
Whew. I think for me, as far as what originality goes, I'll give it I'll say a 1.
Dang, you going that harsh with it?
Well, I mean, yeah, but even on the back end, I mean, I'm giving it a 3 as far as the entertainment value goes. So, I mean, even if you want to flip it and make it even and go 2 and 2, at the end of the day, it's really only a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, there's movies that I do enjoy that are probably only like a 4 out of 10, and I could just pop it in and just watch it and have fun. You know, this one maybe not so much, but like I said, I mean, I could watch it with people around, but I mean, I may not pick it.
Yeah.
It's
fair, and that seems to be the general consensus around this movie is that it just was a swing and a miss.
It had potential, though.
It did. It had potential to be great. Had a good cast. I like both those actors. Just not well executed. But again, I mean, this happens. It just wasn't it for us. But
it all boils down to the story.
Yeah, you gotta have a solid script. So looking forward to what we're gonna watch next. We don't have anything in mind right now, but we will be back next week and the following week with more movie reviews for us, for you guys. Please continue to follow us on Instagram. We're doing Movie Line Mondays, so we are doing a contest every Monday where we're putting out some movie lines, and you guys can kind of guess which film it comes from. If you know us, you know me and Blair and Ledge, we just quote movies all day, every day. It's just a part of our everyday dialogue, so continue to follow us and just get involved and play with us on the on Instagram for Movie Line Monday. So that's some cool things we're doing, and then we'll still pick up on the quick reviews. You still got your Bond trilogy.
Bond coming. Yep. And I mean, now that I guess you blessed me with a TV, I mean it's on now, so
we got it. Hey, we streaming, we back up and rolling. So we got that for you guys. So continue to follow us. Follow us on Instagram at Slate Laced. As always, like and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you. Stay safe. Wear your mask. We're out.
Mask off.